Hello everyone, my name is Zenna and welcome back to another Delta Force Hawk Ops video. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we actually got a content drop during the alpha playtest for Delta Force. I saw this yesterday and I couldn't believe it. DICE could never pull off something like this for Battlefield, and it just goes to show how committed the Delta Force team is to delivering a solid product to their fans. I have nothing but respect and appreciation for their efforts so far, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on the full experience. I've seen a ton of questions online about the playtest, how long is it going for, how do I get access, when is it coming to console, when is the release date, a lot of these types of questions, so hopefully in this video I'm going to be able to clear up some of that information for you. Basically, Delta Force did a live Q&A on Twitch for about 2 hours, where they just discussed, future information, they answered questions, things like that. And if you want to view this entire Delta Force Q&A session, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description, so that way you can check out that video as well. Also, if you're enjoying the Delta Force content and you want to see more, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll be covering Delta Force in detail on this channel with weapon guides, tips videos, and more. Also, if you enjoy live streams, make sure to check out my Twitch. I stream almost every day. I do have a full-time job, so I just fit in the streams the best I can. But normally, Tuesday through Friday, 5 p.m. Central Time to 9 p.m. Central is when I'm live. And then the weekends, my schedule's kind of all over the place for the weekends, but I try to do maybe 6 to 8 hour streams on the weekends. That's enough yapping, though. Let's get into the actual Delta Force information. So starting off, the alpha, from what Delta Force has said on their Twitter, the alpha will run until early September. I don't have an exact date, maybe September 3rd. We'll just have to wait and see. Another huge topic is for the console community. Unfortunately, there has not been any information about console or controller support. To the best of my knowledge, this company has never made a game on controller or on console, so this is a first time for them. They primarily focus on mobile games. So I can understand how this is maybe just a little bit tricky, or maybe they just want to make sure that it's done correctly the first time. They don't want to put out a unfinished product and then have to retract or have bad feedback. So just give them a little bit of time. I'm sure they're not going to just leave out the controller community, because I know there's a lot of y'all out there that are just dying to get your hands on this game. So just sit tight for now. I'm sure they're doing the best they can. I know I mentioned new content, so let's go ahead and talk about that right now. So first up, they did add a new operator, Uluru. I don't know how to say his name, to be honest, but he's an engineer. His tactical equipment is a patrol missile that launches an image-guided patrol missile that explodes and releases an additional four bursts of bombs. So this is basically a guided missile that you control, and you can target, enemy vehicles, air support, or ground troops. His tactical item is basically a throwable cover, and it's very interesting. It's like a little concrete jet system. It generates a protective cover to block damage. It's a small little cover, maybe takes a second to deploy. It's okay. I mean, it can be easily destroyed, but in a pinch, if you're in an open area, I could see it being useful. His other tactical item is basically an incendiary grenade. It's a grenade you throw, it explodes upon contact with the ground, and it can also destroy that piece of cover that Uluru brings on the battlefield as well. And then his operator talent, which is kind of like his passive ability, he possesses stronger resistance against the slowing effects caused by fractures and enemy equipment. So this is actually really nice. For example, the other engineer, he has a lot of like slowing abilities and like paralysis and all these different things that will just kind of slow you down in combat. So I think the passive trait for Uluru is very effective. They did drop a new map as well. Unfortunately, this is only for the extraction game mode. The map looks really cool. It's called Space City. Looks kind of like a rocket launch facility with like some water and like this little urban combat setting. Seems like a really cool map. I wish we could play it in the Havoc Warfare mode, but it is what it is. For the actual Havoc Warfare maps, they did say that we can expect a mixture of different sizes and gameplay elements, close quarters combat, or large-scale vehicle maps. And apparently they're adding more destruction to the game, which is nice, because I do tend to lean on the side of more destruction in games, but it has to be within reason. You don't want to just flatten the entire map so that there's no cover. We end up with Hourglass from Battlefield 2042. There has to be a nice balance. You don't want every single object to be completely destructible, but I'm not opposed to having more destruction in the game. Let me know your thoughts. Another great talking point for Delta Force has to be the live service. From what I've heard and seen online, we are going into this game with 4 seasons of content that have already been produced. They're entering season 4 of post-production, which is, if you add all this up, 3 months per season, this is roughly 1 year of content that they already have planned out for this game. So that's going to be really helpful for player retention and bringing in new players to the game. They also mentioned one of the new modes that they'll be bringing in, and I think this is coming into the actual playtest, is going to be King of the Hill. This will be coming into the Havoc Warfare. I mean, will it be 32 on 32 King of the Hill? That sounds like an absolute cluster. Very curious to see how this plays. My big thing right now with the playtest is I just need more maps to play on. That's my only really complaint. A lot of people have been kind of complaining about the operators. They don't really want the operators in the game, and I'm one of those people. I think the game could be fine without them. But unfortunately, they're designed and they are meant to be in the game. They're not going anywhere. The devs did say that the operators are in the game to give players more strategic freedom and choices as compared to other combined arms shooter games. And on top of operators, they also brought up skins. And they said that there will be no pay to win in Delta Force Hawk Ops. There will be microtransactions and store bundles and all that stuff, of course. But this is a free-to-play game, so we all knew that, right? They did verify that these will be cosmetic only. There will be no pay-to-win aspect in this game. And another great thing here with the cosmetics, the skins will be military-focused, which to me is nice. It keeps the tone of the game more serious. They did also confirm that proximity chat is coming to Havoc Warfare, but not the extraction mode, which to me seems kind of odd. You almost would think it would be reversed, but they said something about, not giving away your position in the extraction mode, but I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to have it in there. You can make for like some funny moments where you mess with players like, hey, how's it going? Like, you want to be friends? And then you just like shoot the guy in the head. I don't know. Another great change that they're looking to make is the ability to change your loadout in game. This has been a big complaint from many players that I've seen. You have your 5 different loadouts per operator. You load into a game. Oh man, you forgot to put on this one barrel or this one sight or whatever. Well, you can't change the loadout in game. You have to either leave the match or you have to use a different loadout. So I think that'll be a great change. I would say a huge talking point for Delta Force right now has to be the bots or the AI. They have confirmed there are bots in every match right now. They plan on reducing this once more players have access to the game, but essentially what they're trying to do is keep the queue times low. Someone told me that they are limiting, it's like there's 32 players on each team, right? Someone told me that they limited it to 24 players max per team. The rest is going to be filled with AI. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just personally just removed the AI from the game. Hopefully it won't be like this when the full game releases, but dealing with the AI has been pretty annoying. Great news so far for the anti-cheat system. They seem to be getting banned essentially within like a 24-hour period. A good buddy of mine, King Zook, he put in a ban request on this cheater, and the guy was gone almost instantly. So it seems that they are cracking down. They've got guys monitoring the cheating on this game, which is huge because it's a free-to-play game, so cheating is always going to be an issue. Some other great stuff. Apparently, jets will be coming to Havoc Warfare, which is awesome. I just hope that they can really dial in the physics and the controls, because from my brief time flying the helicopter, it just felt extremely clunky and nowhere near as good as Battlefield. Another great thing is apparently private matches will be coming, so that's super good for, if you need to load into a random game, test something with your friends, or maybe get a thumbnail screenshot, or, whatever. You can just test all different sorts of things in private matches. I also would like to mention Tencent's marketing for this game. I think it's been very interesting. The limited access for this game has created a frenzy in the gaming space for people who don't have the game. It's like when someone says you can't have something and it makes you want it even more. That's what I'm seeing everywhere right now. In big streamers' chats, comment sections, Reddit posts, Twitter, people are losing their minds trying to get hands on this game. People coming into chat, begging to help them get access to the game. People can talk all the shit they want, but the truth is, Delta Force made a huge impact in the FPS space with little to no advertising, and I think it's impressive. Last thing I just want to go over is a few of my thoughts on the game. I've recently hit 50 hours, and I just feel like I have a good understanding of what's going on. Obviously, it's a playtest. There's things that need to be improved and polished and fine-tuned. Movement stands out to me a lot. It just feels like transitioning between stances, or like switching between your med pistol and your primary weapon, or just in general, movement needs some fine-tuning. And also, just getting stuck on random objects or like mantling is a very frustrating experience in this game, so I would like to see that improved if they can. Obviously, balancing and bug fixes like the obvious whatever performance. Maps to me are a weak point for this game. I'm not sure if this is the finished final product for the 2 maps that we've played on, but Cracked, like the desert urban map, it's decent, it's fine. But Ascension, I have grown to just not like Ascension. It's hard to push, it's hard to defend. Vehicles, camper, like I don't know. It needs more cover. It needs a better flow to it. Right now, the maps are just not doing it for me. I really would love to see some other maps, and you know, maybe it's just these two, or maybe I'm just, I don't know, skill issue. Overall, though, I'm having a wonderful time on the game, and I feel like this game will have a good run with the FPS community. I've seen a lot of people saying that the game's just going to die, and like, oh, it's just, you know, it's just COD and Battlefield, and oh, this is just going to be another X-Defiant, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I think we have something really special on our hands, but obviously let me know if you feel something different. I will be posting gun guides every single week. All kinds of ARs, SMGs, LMGs, snipers, it doesn't matter. We're going to be going over every single weapon in this game. We're going to be going for crazy kill streaks, crazy feeds, funny moments. We're going to do weird builds where we slap on 5 lasers and go for a hipfire only game. If you want to see crazy, weird games like that, make sure you hit that sub button. That's going to wrap it up for me today. I hope that y'all enjoyed today's video. Keep in mind, I'm not paid or sponsored by Delta Force in any way. So if I got any information wrong in this video, I do apologize. That's definitely not my intent. I'm trying to just work with the tools and resources I have at my disposal to provide good content and information for all of you out there. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.